Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Kayla Martell was a finalist in the 2011 Miss America contest, something very few women achieve. But she is also one of more than 30 million women in the United States to have a noticeable level of hair loss. Today we're going to tell you about Kayla's story and why she's now an inspiration to other women who are looking for solutions for hair loss.
That's right. Kayla's with us now along with Rhonda McCarthy, a national hair loss specialist. Thanks for being here, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
This is great. Let's talk first about your story, Kayla. And at 11 years old, when you started losing your hair.
I started losing my hair in 6th grade, at the end of 5th grade actually, and it started coming out in clumps. I noticed hair on my pillow, and most commonly what women notice is what I noticed at the very, very beginning, hair building up in my shower and also in my hairbrush. And so it started very gradual, and then before I knew it, I had a bald spot on the top of my head.
How did it make you feel about yourself?
I was terrified at first because the only woman that I had ever met who was bald or balding was going through chemotherapy, and I knew that she had cancer because I was old enough to understand that. So for me, I just kind of skipped a few dots, and I thought I had cancer at that moment because that's the only thing that I could relate it to. So I think for any woman, though, it's just really scary to feel like you're losing a piece of yourself in that moment. I mean, it's not supposed to happen that way. We see men losing their hair all of the time, and it's socially acceptable a lot of times for men to lose their hair. But for women, it's something we don't talk about very often. It's something we don't see.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, as a child, you're obviously, like you said, people might assume that you have cancer, things like that. You had no one in your family who had alopecia?
No, not at all. And a lot of times autoimmune conditions do run in families, which is why it's very important to see a specialist when you are losing your hair, because that way you can figure out at the beginning of it what is going on and if there is more happening than you realize. So it's important to see a specialist and figure that out. But in my case, I did have an autoimmune condition, and alopecia is an autoimmune condition, but so many women go without even figuring out what the cause of their hair loss is.
Mm-hmm. How do you compete as Miss America when you don't have hair? I mean, seriously, because so many of them, I mean, I tease Tiffany all the time, have the most beautiful hair. I mean, that seems like a huge part of it. Even though we maybe don't talk about the hair, I mean, they all look like they have the most gorgeous hair.
They do. Let me tell you, I've been backstage even when, I mean, you've been there, even when the hair is down, they all do have gorgeous hair. But I have to say, it was kind of nice being able to pick out my own hair for the stage. So I got to hand select what hair I wanted to wear at Miss America, and I got to throw it on in the morning. So I think I looked the best because I never had any bedhead or anything like that. So
it was always perfectly styled.
Yes, it was always perfect. So it never looked a mess or frazzled or anything like that during Miss America week. So I'm just kidding. But you know, backstage it was actually rather convenient to have my 4 wigs set out and just pop it on, pop it off, and the rest of the girls were sitting there under all of the heating tools trying to get everything done on that live telecast. And for me, I just threw my hair on and then went on stage. So
that's awesome.
You know, I think I was the winner in that
you
side
see the positive side of it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Rhonda, not only do people with alopecia have hair loss, but there are other reasons why women come to transitions. What kind of reasons are women losing their hair? Is it simply aging? Is it overusage? Is there a lot of cancer patients, alopecia patients?
Oh my gosh, all of the above. And I would say probably a good portion of them, the highest percentage, is from androgenetic alopecia, which is really DHT, and it's kind of the same thing that causes men to lose their hair. Women tend to lose their hair in different patterns, so different solutions are needed. But for every single type of hair loss, our goal with doing these seminars nationwide is to find a location in each market, in each area, vet that location for the women, and so that they know that this is a safe place for them to go to, find the solutions, find out what's causing their hair loss, and get their hair back.
The before and after pictures that we're looking at in the small box is the women who've had hair loss of some type, and then the larger picture is the after. I mean, some of the things you've been able to do even for children, their hair looks absolutely beautiful.
Quite honestly, it's an amazing experience. When we do these and women understand, when they finally get the truth instead of the scams that are out there, when they finally understand what solutions really will work for them and they get their hair back, it's just amazing. They tell us, gosh, I wish I had done this a long time ago. I wish I had known about this. But you know, it's scary these days. You can't even Google hair loss without seeing thousands of things on there. And there is no one solution. There's no miracle cure out there. And so billions of dollars are being spent, and women are buying these things hoping each and every time that it's going to be their solution, and it's not. And So that's what this seminar is about.
So when people come, what kind of options are there? There's wigs, things like that, but there's other options that you offer too, right?
Right. We also, there's so many. We have, obviously there's hair transplantation if you're a candidate for it. There's cool level light laser therapy, which is hard to say really fast, which works in the beginning stages of hair loss. And that can all actually help to stop hair loss in its tracks. We also have non-surgical hair loss options, and gosh, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
There's many solutions, and it can be, the women can decide just how much and just how little hair they want, and we can replace that, and it can be completely undetectable.
I want to just mention, because you mentioned this during the break, we'll give the information for the seminar, but even with alopecia, people lose their eyebrows and things. You've got tricks and techniques that you can help people with, because you've filled in your eyebrows, and even up close, we can't tell that you're missing any pieces or parts of your eyebrows.
I know, that's one of the best parts, and actually the most fun that I have with these seminars is being able to sit with the women, and we all share tips and tricks and things we've tried and have worked, and things we've tried and haven't worked. So it kind of becomes a sisterhood to be able to share all of these things together in the evening.
I think it's fantastic, and that seminar is tonight. It's a women hair loss seminar that's happening tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 at Transitions of Wisconsin. As Rhonda mentioned, you vet these places. You figure out the places that people go, that women can go, that feel safe, that offer great solutions, and on an individual basis as well. Again, that's happening tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 at Transitions of Wisconsin on North 117th Street in Milwaukee. To register, call this toll-free number. It's 1-800-GET-HAIR. And if you would like more information about a confidential one-on-one consultation with free hair and scalp analysis, you can check out wantmorehair.com or call 1-800-GET-HAIR.
And if people can't meet you tonight, you'll be there again on Wednesday, so people can come in and meet you then.
Yes. Yep.
Tomorrow morning, right?
Yep, I'll be there tomorrow. So Rhonda and I will both be there. So especially for women who couldn't make it tonight, just a chance to come and like we were saying, share some tips and meet another woman who can relate to what they're going through.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.